Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yes, welcome to another Simple Stamping Sunday. I'm Barry. I'm from Mitosu Crafts. Jay will be on the comment section, so if you want to leave us a comment, please feel free to leave us a comment. We'll just hang on a little while, just to let people hop on, see what we're going to do and crack on. I can see we've got 2 people in already, which is great. Hi Sandra, how are you? Oh, 4, there we go, we're rolling in. Good. Oh, the 2 Sandras, oh, double trouble. So, cool, excellent. Alright, well, we've got a few of you here this evening now, so I will crack on and see what happens, and we're going to make 2 cards this evening, and we will go from there. So I'm going to be using the Share What You Love. I always drop something, don't I? Sorry about that, Jay. That's going to really hurt your ears there. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining me. Us. Jay's on the other side doing all the comments, so he will talk to you. That's it. So yeah, I'm going to be making a project here today. Oh, what's wrong? Something's gone on. Okay, that's it. I feel a little bit restricted to space this evening, sorry. Yes, I'm going to be using the Share What You Love Speciality Designer Series paper tonight to make a card. Now, yesterday I made a video and put it onto you, and it's on YouTube already, showing you how to make this box here. All right, and now what the cards which I'm going to be making this evening are going to be with the offcuts, the remainder DSP. So this is a box I made yesterday. So if you hop over to our YouTube channel, you can see exactly how this was made. Now what it is, it's a, let's take the instructions out there so you can. It's a fold flat box, okay, and then fold it up like so, and it's got a magnetic. I put a magnet close on it as well. So it does that, and then decorate that over, and it's designed perfectly to fit some chocolates. Alright, so 4 of those chocolates in there, lovely, perfect little gift for somebody. And it's using this paper as well, the Speciality Designer Series paper, which is a gorgeous paper, and because it's a thick paper as well, it's a standalone paper. You can just use it for your box building because it's stable enough to do it. Oh, yeah, Jay's put the video up for you, link in the description there. Thank you, Jay. So it's a really nice thick paper. So we're going to be using the offcuts of this evening. All right, so just so you can catch the video, Jay's done that on the link. All right, so if you look on the video from yesterday, you'll see that I was left over with a strip of paper, one of which was this one here, which is the correct size to do another box. Obviously, you would need to cut the side panels out of something different, and out of another paper or white paper. So we can possibly, we're trying to do, so if I've got time, we'll try and do something with this paper this evening as well. But what I wanted to do is with the other offcuts. Alright, so we're going to be using the Love What You Do stamp set as well as the Share What You Love Designer Series paper, and some Blackberry Bliss. Oh, I did cut the paper, Jay, sorry, I need to be panicking beforehand. I haven't cut the paper down to size. I did. Never mind. It's like we've got another piece of paper ready for it. So we're using mint macaroon paper. We are using obviously Whisper White, Blackberry Bliss, the Share What You Love Designer Series paper, and for this particular card here. I didn't bring the ruler over with me, or did I? I can't remember if I did. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. That's the one. So we cut our card bases down to it's 20. Yeah, I've got it. 21 centimeters by 14.5 centimeters. All right. The layer is going to be 10 centimeters by 14 centimeters, and I've cut the Designer Series paper down to 13.5 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters, and the Whisper White on the other layer here is going to be 7.5 centimeters by 11.5 centimetres. You might be seeing a pattern going on here, and the wisp of white is 11 centimetres by 7 centimetres. So I decreased by 0.5 centimetre, so 5 millimetres each time. Sorry, obviously this is inches. It's about just under 4 inches by 5.5 inches. About 5 1/4 inches by 3 3/4. 4.5 by just under 3 inches, and 2 3/4 by about 4 1/4, roughly. That's obviously just I've just upped or down that. So if you work in inches, you may just, that's a rough idea. So obviously just work it out accordingly from that. All right. So this is going to be a really simple card, this specific one. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this down to size, or sorry, glue this down to size. Glue this to my Blackberry Bliss cardstock, so that's getting up nice and stuck. There we go. That's the one. So that's that. That can go to one side. And what I'm going to do with this one here is I am going to, just need to get my stamps out. So I've got the, I'm going to be using this big background piece here, these flowers here, and one of the sentiments. Okay, is what I'm going to be using. Really, really simple card, this one. Alright, so I'm just going to give this a clean because I did prepare this last night, so I've probably got cat hairs all over it now. So let's just give this a clean with a Stampin' scrub. Okay, probably still got cat hairs on it. That's one of the problems which we get, cat hairs everywhere. Alright, if you're a cat person, you'll know exactly, or any animal person, you'll know exactly what I mean. Alright, so I'm using the same coordinating ink, so I'm using Mint Macaroon ink. Mint Macaron. I know this is going to upset a lot of people here. Alright, and I'm just going to ink this up. Okay, this is quite a juicy ink pad. Now, we can either do it as a first generation, which is what I ended up doing. I'm just going to stamp that when I did a trial test run. That's it. That's actually better than my first one because it is actually, it's patterned. And that's it. That's all I need with the Mint Macaron. Oh, sorry, just shaking the camera there for you. That's all I need with that ink. Let's give that a clean up. Right, now that ink looks quite dark at the moment, but as it dries, it will dry a little bit lighter as well. So don't be too off put by that. And then I'm going to grab the flowers and the sentiment as well, actually. So what sentiment should I use? Should I use a thank you, or should I use the... I'm going to use a thank you because we actually do need some thank you cards for our lovely customers at the moment, so may as well kill two birds with one stone. So that's it. So I'm going to stamp this up. I'm using this in Memento ink. Alright. Let's bring that in so you can see. Memento ink. And just going to stamp that. I'm very conscious of my head getting in the way. Let me know. Shout at me if my head gets in the way. There we go. Alright, so that's that bit done. And the reason I've stamped the sentiment first is so I know where to place my stalk of my flowers. If I'd done it the other way round and I put the stalk in the wrong area, then I may not be able to fit the sentiment in. So this is probably a good idea, a little tip. Then maybe do the sentiment if you're working with little areas like this first, and then you can then position. So that's it. And because I'm using photopolymer as well, I'm actually using the Stampin mat here as well. so that I get a good impression. Alright, so that's all the stamping done for this card at the moment. So now I'm going to really zhuzh it up a little bit. Zhuzh. I don't know why I use that word. I've never used that word before. So I'm going to be doing a bit of colouring. You can leave it as you like this if you want to, and that would then just stick onto that one. Stick onto that one there, and then onto... Hi Sue! Did I see Hi Pip as well? I think I might have seen Pip on here. Hi Pip. You can leave it like that, but I'm just going to take this to one step more. Alright, now you don't need anything else, nothing special. All you need is an ink pad and a Wink of Stella pen. Alright, and I'm going to go with a different ink pad, so we're going with Pear Pizzazz now. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a... Actually, sorry, just changing my mind, hang on. I was going to do it in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking a block, because I don't want to get Wink of Stella in the lid of my ink pad. So I'm taking a block, and I'm just going to ink up, you can see that there, I'm just going to ink up my block. And that's what I'm going to use to pick up my colour. Alright, so Wink of Stella. And let's colour in these leaves. Now I'm not sure, you can probably hear some music in the background. Last week Jay said that it went very quiet at times, so we decided to put some music on in the background to fill in these quiet moments. So if you can hear it, have a boogie. So sorry, I don't know, I haven't had any coffee today. Alright, and it's Stampin' Up music as well, so it's great. That's fine. Jay hasn't shouted at me to say it's too loud or he can't hear it yet, so I'm assuming it's obviously at the correct level. So yes, anyway, I'm waffling. Alright, so I'm just colouring in these leaves here now with the Pear Pizzazz, like so. And it just takes it, and so all you would need is, you don't need any other fancy tools, you just need a Wink of Stella brush, and you can do a bit of colouring in. And I'll show you in a minute what this looks like. Okay, I'm just going to go over and just darken these down a little bit. It's more of that, this one here I want to darken down so that edge blends in a little bit more. That's it. One more, just darken that one down there. That's it. Alright. Yeah, I would then just, with this pen, just brush that off just to clean that. I'll do that afterwards. And I'll put that block away so I don't put something on it. And there is, you can see there, I've now given that some really nice bling. And that's just by adding a Wink of Stella pen to your order, or if you've got it in your stash already, and just colouring. And it just takes it to another level. So now what I do is pop some glue on the back here. And stick that onto the Blackberry Bliss. Oh, there we go. And take, now did I want to, I'm going to stick that down flat because I want to post it, so I don't want to put too much dimension on it, because I'm going to post it. So one lucky customer will be receiving this card. So if you shop with us, it could be you. Alright, and that's going to go there. Obviously you can put dimensionals on that and just raise it up if you wanted to. And that's done. Just centralise that between the paper. There we go. You're enjoying this song, are you, Jay? Is it just you having a boogie in the bedroom? Alright, that's it. And we'll stick this onto the mint macaron paper. So everything coordinates, which is one thing which is superb with this. And job's done. And there we go. And that's one simple card. Alright, so that's using the offcuts of the paper. So the box I made yesterday for the chocolates, this is now for the offcuts. So you can give a nice little thank you card or a thinking of you and some sweets and chocolates to go with it. And I think that's a really nice little gift which you've got there. And you've used pretty much half a sheet of that 12 by 12 paper. So that's lovely. Alright, so I'm going to now move on to a second card, and now this is more technical now. So I've got one for your simple stampers, and I'm going to go for one now for more of your casual and avid crafters, because we've got some embossing and some die cutting going on here. So not so simple, but it is simple, but you need a few more tools. So yes. So I'm using the Tranquil Tide. Now I picked Tranquil Tide because it coordinates with the colours which are in here. If you're new to these stuff, on all of these papers down here you will see all of the colours which are used within the pack. So if you're struggling for any colour inspiration, just pick some of these colours in here, because we know that it works. So this is Tranquil Tide, and Tranquil Tide is one of the colours which they've actually used in the paper pack as well. And you've got Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss, which is why I use those colours. So if you didn't know that, on the DSP, on the Designer Series paper packs, you would normally have like a little recipe list of the colours. Use that to help you pick your colours. Alright, so that's why I've got these ones here. So Tranquil Tide Mint Macaron again, and I've then got the other offcut. Now there really wasn't much offcuts left. It was I probably left with obviously this for another box and just scraps for the other ones, which is really quite good for me. I'm not very good at using up DSP and paper, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Alright, so I'm going to bring in my Big Shot here. Okay. Let's see if I can just give myself a little bit of room. Alright. Because I'm going to do a little bit of embossing, okay, and I'm going to be using this time, there we go, I'm going to be using the lovely Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder. Wow, what a tongue twister that is. So really nice embossing folder, and this is one of the deep ones as well, so it gives you a really nice impression. And what I'm going to do, obviously now this design, I can't now, for the life of me, I've seen this design done by somebody else before, and I think it was one of the Artisan Design team members, so I will, when I write the blog for this, I will write down who I've got the original idea from for this. But I'm just going to see, I'm just positioning the embossing here, and where did I put the top plate? Try not to wobble you. That's it. And that's the first part there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it round, and I'm going to do the other side. Like so. And we'll run it back through the machine. Like so. So let's put that to one side. Alright, so you can see there I've now got some embossing done. Hi Jane. Hi Mummy. So that's it. So I've got the embossing done there. Now this is going to be once that part's done, and obviously the other complicated part really was if you've got embossing folders and you've got a Big Shot, the chances are you're going to have dies as well to go with it. So I've already stamped this. I've used the thank you sentiment, obviously out of the Love What You Do stamp sets. And I've cut it with the new dies, the rectangle stitched get the correct wording for you. A rectangle stitch framelit dies, which are these ones right here. So that's what I've done. All right, so I'm going to, that's just basically going to stick here. All right, and now I'm gonna, shall I dimension? No, I'm gonna stick that down flat. So again, this is all about using up your designer series paper. It's one thing which we don't do enough of, and we need to do more of it. I'm sure you're not the, I'm not the only one out there. I'm sure lots of you have got loads and loads of paper and don't use it. So we're using it. Okay, so that's going to stick on there as a panel. Okay. That's it. We're using these doilies as well, which are these. This is all part of the same suite. This is the pearlized doilies, which is these ones. You might be able to see. It's got a slight. You might be able to see it. I'm not sure if you can. No, it's not quite working. But they're pearlized as well, and they're whisper white on the other side as well, so good for colouring. All right. Now a little bit of glue. Just probably on these little bits here. Don't need much. And I'm going to stick that down like that. I'm going to take, so the designer series paper is double-sided as well. All right, so you've got, I'm going to use this side right here, and I'm gonna stick this down. I'm covering up that beautiful design there, but you know what? I've got it, it shows through. Stick that down in the middle. That's that one. Now I'm going to use some dimensionals. All right, and on this one here, let's just put some 4. Let's do 3. You know what? I'm going to try something as well. Again, I'm going to use some. Now, there's another reason why I've decided to use these sets as well tonight, is because, so you all probably know by now, it's Celebration, and we're coming to the end of Celebration very soon. So they've put some new releases in as well, and some of the things which they've given to you free of charge, with a qualifying order of £45, is that you can pick this beautiful embellishment kit. You can either pick these beautiful doilies, or you can pick, where is it? This beautiful velvet ribbon as well. And I think if I remember correctly, don't quote me on, oh actually I can have a look, I've got it here. You get to choose, I want to make sure I get the correct, you will get, if you're, for a £45 spend, you'll get 2 spools of this, and you would also get 2 packs, or you can choose 2 packs of this as well, or you can choose this beautiful embellishment kit. Now we've used quite a lot of this embellishment kit, obviously it doesn't come with a die. That there is the offcuts. It comes with these labels, it comes with some paper clips, some embellishments, some gems, some ribbon or some twine, and it all comes in this beautiful little box as well. So I'm going to use some of this twine here. Okay. And so yeah, so I'm so sorry, I've just knocked the camera. There you go. So that's another reason why I wanted to show this with you tonight. So if you were to buy the stamp set and some of that paper, for example, you could quite easily earn yourself some of these embellishments free of charge as well. So yeah, that's it. All right, so I'm just going to wrap some of this. Pip, if you're still watching, look at me. I'm using twine. I don't normally use it. I struggle to use embellishments, really do. So I've just wrapped that around a couple of times, snip that off. That's it. I suppose one thing I did forget, I'm just going to go and get some tape. Bear with me, talk amongst yourself. Here we go, I'm back. So, I'm just going to use some of the tape just to secure this this twine down. Just going the back there. And that one right there. You see that? I'm just going to stretch those out a little bit. Like so. Alright. So now, time to put my sentiment on here. That's it. And that one can sit right in there. That's it. There we go. And then this one right here. Just some glue on this. And we will stick that down. And that's that one right there. So that's it. Hello. That's it, and so that's that card right here. So again, that's again using your offcuts. So we've got 2 cards. I probably could use maybe some embellishments on that. I'm not gonna, because I'll probably go ahead and mess it up. So I'm not going to use any embellishments yet. Once I take the pictures, if I do any different, anything different with it, you will see. And I was going to make a third card, but I've already gone on for nearly half an hour. So I make the third card up, and I will put that on with. I'll put that on the blog post so you can see that. And that's going to be that's just pretty much using the designer series paper and just a little sentiment strip as well. And that's those 2 cards there. So you've got 2 cards, and if you watch yesterday's video, which I was already on Facebook, we'll show you how to make a beautiful gift box. So there we go. So gift box, fold flat, done. Chocolates, always great, and the thank you card to go with it as well, so that you can give that to someone special. All right, just to say thank you. So obviously one of our customers will definitely be getting one of these cards. Not sure what one it will be. I'm not sure who it will be. So if you'd like one, shop with us if you want. But if not, just hope we inspire you to create something yourself. All right, everyone. So I think I've covered everything. Yeah, all the links to our online shops and obviously our blog and everything like that, obviously you can find in the links on Facebook or on YouTube. You can find it in the descriptions below. Yes, who's getting the chocolates? Yeah, good question. We've moved past that one there, I think. Yeah. Sorry, you've got my mind on chocolates now. All right, so thank you for watching. I hope that was great. I hope that inspired you to use up some of your designer series paper. Okay, Jay. And make some lovely cards. Let's give you another close. Did I give you a closer look in that one there? I don't think I did. There you go. That's it. Right. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you for watching. That's great. Alright guys, we will be back with you again next Sunday for another Simple Stamping Sunday. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Thanks guys, see you soon. Bye bye.